Hello guys, what is up? I'm Red Theorist, and today I have a video that I am very, very excited about for you guys. Sorry it's about 2 weeks late, but for those of you who don't know, Starbasis has recently given us a new update, which is the Nebula Veil update. This has overhauled a couple of things and added 4 new ships to the base game. But that's not the point of today's video, because they also added a new Gamepass pack, which is the Warship Soldiers Gamepass pack, and I am not lying when I say this is absolutely incredible. Like, it's everything I wanted from the NASA Punk pack, everything that I said was maybe could have done with a little bit of improvement in the NASA Punk pack, it's been improved here. These ships have really great weapons, a nice unique feature, which is the Gradion beam. I will talk through that in a minute. And they have pretty good hull strength. They are all, like, canonically strengthened with synth steel, which, like, makes their hulls a fair bit stronger than normal ships. But also the interiors are incredible. Like, I've done a couple of comparisons, and what I'm going to show you guys later, like, is going to blow your mind if you haven't seen any videos on these yet. But yeah, sorry I didn't post this earlier. Let's go straight into it. So, the Warship Soldiers Game Pass is a normal 400 Robux pack. It can be purchased from Commander Imdo Inmi Parton. Brilliant name. But obviously it can also be purchased through the main ship selection screen, and I will show you now the Warship Soldiers pack. So this pack has 7 ships. It doesn't really have a bespoke fighter as such. It's a landing craft, the smallest ship. One thing I think is pretty cool about these is they all play custom boss music. But yeah, so these here are just some of the well, I think there are 4 in total. Yeah, there are 4 new ships that are free to play. We've got a drone deployment cruiser, guided system, a Gradion reinforced destroyer, and reinforced destroyer, which I might go through at some point. But yeah, the focus of today is the new Game Pass pack. So if we head down here, our first ship is the Hercules landing craft. I have started putting these in white instead of black just because it makes it easier to see the interiors. So we have 4 bolt laser point defense, 495 shield, 206.25 hull health. I'm not really sure why we need the 0.25 there. Now, this ship does have a really, like, long-lasting quick boost. The longest lasting I have seen with any ship. Let's just spawn it in. So this is what it looks like. This pack is sort of more like the normal Starbasis style than, say, the NASA Punk pack. And although I do prefer the ship models a bit on the NASA Punk pack, I still think these are all really cool. Also, another thing, I don't know like which update this was added in, but you now get spawn protection and like a status effect menu. I haven't noticed it before, so yeah, that's probably not that new, but I just noticed it, so I haven't played the game in a while. Yeah, so this ship, it has relatively good acceleration, pretty good turning speed as well. Like, it is not a bad ship for maneuverability. It does have high alpha maneuverability mode as well, which is nice to see. It does have an elevator, so I will just quickly show you guys sort of the interior of this ship before we do a quick combat test. That is very bright. I have no idea what's just happened there, but that's okay. I think that might be like the new Nebula space anomaly. But yeah, this is the interior of the ship. We've got ship command and FTL up here. And then I really do like this sort of style. We have airlocks on the outside here, one on either side, and then a lift down to the troop bay, which is basically just seats. I think it would be nice if you could actually sit in these, because then it would give this some functionality. But then, yeah, we also have 3 doors on the front for the troops to come out. And pretty much all of the things that we can literally just walk through them at the moment. But I think it would be nice if they were actual seats. Let's do a quick damage test on this. I'm not expecting it to be what? Okay, where are the... There are no auto scouts. Oh no, there's one there. Okay. So let's do a quick damage test. There is only one weapon, and it's this point defense. Oh. Oh wow. That is pretty decent point defense. That's quite good. Let's just see that again. So it's got pretty good range on it as well. Like, that was 10,000 units away. I mean, that is pretty impressive. Yeah, but that's pretty much all there is to the Hercules landing craft. So let's move on to the next ship. Hopefully I will be able to fast travel. Yes. Good. So, after this we have 2 frigates, I think, like escort class ships, and then 3 super dreadnoughts. One of them is technically a carrier, but I would class it as a super dreadnought just because it's basically the same thing as one of the other ships, just with a couple extra runways. So, our first one is the Trafalgar class armoured frigate, and this is a bit, well, yeah, no, it's a lot bigger, so there's no, like, really medium-sized ships here. This is the second smallest ship, and here we get to see a bit more of the interior design. I'm not sure if this one has an engine room or not, but the engine rooms in this pack are really cool. This one's got 36 of the bolt lasers, 2 heavy Gradion beams, which is a new weapon type, 16 dual-purpose guns, and 8 manually guided tube torpedoes. It has a hangar, transporters, 1.5 second quick boost, and pretty good shields and hull, 3,000, 10,000, and a max speed of 250, so we're already getting quite slow, but, you know, it's worth it. So yeah, this is the ship. I think those are our Gradion beams. And for some reason, there's no, like, big AI ships spawning, so I can't really properly showcase all the big weapons. So, like, I will do some public server destroying with these ships at some point. But yeah, this is the Trafalgar. While stuff charges up, while the boost and stuff, I will do an interior tour. I gotta say, the model on this is pretty sleek. There's our hangar down at the bottom, there's our heavy Gradion beams, and this is the bridge, if you like. It's interesting. I've honestly never seen a bridge like this before, but yeah, we have ship command, sensors, FTL, artillery, and another artillery seat over here. Now, bear in mind, there are a few slightly wonky hitboxes on some of these ships, like up here. I'm hoping they will be fixed soon, but honestly, like, at this point, with how great the ships are, I don't even really care about them, because, like, the ships in this pack are just amazing overall. So here we just have a bridge on the main deck, and we do have a slightly sort of custom, like, door-ish type thing, so they are similar to the normal door design, but they have this nice door frame. And down here, yeah, we have another one of those hitboxes, and this is the hangar. There seems to be a little bit of a glitch there in the ceiling. I'm not entirely sure why that is. That's never happened for me before, but I will just let that happen. Yeah, this hangar is relatively small. It can probably fit maybe like one of the new swarm fighters, or I don't know. It wouldn't fit like a Barracuda or something in here, I don't think. But yeah, some of the hangars later on get pretty big. And then anyway, down here we have captain's quarters. This is pretty much the same captain's quarters used in most of the ships. Sometimes it's a little bit bigger. The one in the Manhattan class Juggernaut is a little different. I personally prefer that one to the rest of them, but overall I think it is a really nice interior. This is the transporter room. Again, we've got some nice transporters in here and windows everywhere so we can see out into space. This is the mess hall. Again, another glitch in the thing there, that's probably just me. This is crew quarters. And at the end here, we have the meeting room. There is a meeting room in most of these ships. As I mentioned previously, these seats are also not functional. I think it would be cool if they were. But overall, this is a pretty cool ship. And I'm going to show you some combat stuff. We'll head back up. Back up to the bridge. And ship command. So yeah, we still only have a single auto scout. I don't know whether this is a new thing, that like certain times ships just don't spawn. So this ship does have relatively good turning speed. These bolt lasers honestly look slightly less good than the bolt lasers on the Hercules, to be honest. Yeah, so you did hear there a bit of the music, a bit of the boss music that comes up. Yeah, I'll just let it play out for a second here. That is pretty cool. It's good, good music. And yeah, so these are the bolt lasers, dual purpose. Okay, yep, these are a bit weird. Manually guided torpedoes. I guess we could try out. Will they? Oh, okay. Right, so they deal a fair bit of damage. And let's check out these dual purpose guns as well. So we want to do that. So these maybe need a bit closer range, but it looks like they do a relatively decent amount of damage. Yeah, those are pretty good. And the Gradion beams, again, it would be nice for me personally to showcase these on a large ship, but for some reason there aren't any large AI piloted ships spawning in. So I will have to show you on the Auto Scout. But the basic idea of the Gradion beam is it's like, well, the only thing I can think of to describe it that actually makes sense is the Inferno Tower in Clash of Clans. For anyone not familiar, basically it increases in damage the longer it stays focused on one target. So yeah, that's a pretty cool feature, something that we haven't seen here in Starbasis before, and I think that is pretty cool. This thing, this big cloud is really getting on my nerves. But yeah, that is the Trafalgar class frigate. And next we do have another frigate, which is the Valkyrie class fast frigate. Now this is relatively similar. I just think, it just doesn't have the Gradion beams. But aside from that, it's pretty much the same. I want to say it's also the same inside, but I don't really remember. So I will show you guys anyway. And this one is a bit faster. It's a maximum speed of 350. It does have a little less shield health and a little less hull health. It kind of looks the same. Bridge is more at the front and it's not as raised. And we have our dual purpose guns. No, those are the bolt lasers. They're sort of on the side instead. I think the models on these ships are really cool. This is... I'll just do a quick speed test, see how different it is. The turning speed is still relatively good. Loving those little engine trails there. But yeah, you know, it's a decent ship. It's relatively small. And let's have a quick look around inside, just to see if it is the same. So we still have FTL and sensors. I believe they're on opposite sides, two in the last one. And then the 2 artillery seats. Looks like the hitboxes here are better as well. Yeah, hitboxes in this one are different. So this one's called the lower deck instead of the main deck. And the turbolift is actually at the end, near the meeting room. And then we have crew quarters over here, and a mess hall. And then transporter room and probably captain's quarters again, same thing. And then a hangar down here, which is the same hangar, except there is a slight hitbox problem with the door. I now can't get back through. Yeah, so it's basically the same ship, just a little faster, minus the Gradion beam. The turbolift is in a different place. It looks a little different on the outside, but that is basically the same ship. And now I get on to the fun ones. This next ship is possibly the biggest interior that any ship has in the entire game. So if you remember all that extra space that there was inside the Beluga Super Dreadnought, like all the empty space that we saw when we were sort of phasing through with the camera angles, bear in mind the Colorado, which is... No, I have missed a ship. Lexington. I forgot about the Lexington. Okay, we'll do the Lexington now. But yeah, like, you can hear how excited I am to show you guys the Colorado, because it's insane. Yeah, 40-50, 13,500 hull health, 1 hangar, 1 quick boost duration, so the quick boost is going down. It's got a speed of 175. I genuinely forgot this ship existed, but it does look pretty cool. We've got 12 dual-purpose guns, 24 main batteries, 48 bolt lasers, 2 medium Gradion beams, 13 anti-ship missiles, and 13 anti-air missiles. Let's spawn this thing in. I probably don't remember my way around this one because I haven't spawned it in ages. Yeah, this is the Lexington. It has a few more weapons. It's got a hangar that is quite odd because it has a top and a bottom opening, meaning there's no floor in the hangar, so that's interesting. The bridge is a bit bigger. I've got to say, this, although I'd forgotten about the ship, this might be my favourite bridge in the whole game, aside from maybe the IESF frigate, because this is really cool. We have FTL navigation here, sensors, 2 artillery seats on either side at the front, and then this thing at the back, I don't know what that's for, and a turbo lift on either side. This also just has a bridge and a main deck. The main deck here, we have the hangar, and this is a big hangar. I think it could probably just about fit a Barracuda. I want to see if it can. What? Okay, so, yeah, you can't spawn a Barracuda from here, but apparently you could spawn the captain's yacht. No, you can't. Okay, that's just a lie. Definitely not a support command cruiser. I don't know what they're talking about there. But yeah, you can fit swarm fighters, obviously. You can fit a light escort in here. Or not. Nope. Okay, yeah, so it's a relatively small hangar. I think, yeah, Beluga could probably fit through there. And then we have the main deck. We have stairs going up to the transporter room. This is a bit of a maze. This is the engine room. I love this. Like, it's pretty cool. And then this just comes out back in the transporter room. I do really like the engineering rooms, as you will see in the Colorado and the Manhattan. They are really cool as well. And then we have the downstairs, which leads to the mess hall. And then through here, we have a sort of office and crew quarters type area. Yeah, there's no meeting room in this one, but yes, like, this is sort of starting to see, like, some of these ships can be a bit of a maze to navigate, but the next one is absolutely, like, insane. yeah, I think the next ship is the biggest interior in the game. We are still not getting any large ships, but let's turn this thing around. Well, I don't know why it's going that way. Let's go out here and show you the guns against an auto scout. I really need to get used to doing this. This is really slow. I'm not that good at piloting big ships, like moving them. Okay, so let's try out the main battery, just because I wanna... Oh, that's nice. If I could hit it, I reckon those might be able to one-shot. Yep. As expected, main battery absolutely decimates an auto scout. Yeah, I won't really be doing much damage testing in this video, to be honest. I will just give you a quick showcase of maybe 1 or 2 of the weapons on each ship. I will do some public server testing for weapons, as I said earlier. I need to self-destruct this. Yeah, so now I will get on to the highlight, which is the Colorado. So as I was saying earlier, this ship is absolutely insane. It is about 3/4 the size of the Beluga Super Dreadnought, but I'm not exaggerating when I say it has about 10 times the interior. Like, the Beluga has maybe a 4-room main deck. The Colorado Class Super Dreadnought is just a literal city. It's mind-blowing. Like, I have been playing with this pack for a week, and I still don't know my way around most of these ships just because of how absolutely huge they are. You can see we're starting to get up some higher stats here. We have 9,000 shield strength and 30,000 hull health with a max speed of 115, so they are getting a bit slower. This one has 1 hangar, 84 bolt lasers, 84 dual-purpose guns, 46 main batteries, 2 heavy Gradion beams, 2 dual super heavy artillery, 8 cruise missiles, and 8 broadside Gradion beams. So this is armed to the teeth. And I really... I don't know, I just love this ship so much. One of the devs, I think it was... I forgot his name. I think it was Hero of Conbeth Harbour. No, it wasn't Hero of Conbeth Harbour. It was Tyson J. Did a video on walking down the stairs of this ship and got a full 10-minute video out of it because it's insane. I'm going to run down the stairs so I can show it to you. But, yeah, this is the Colorado. Absolutely huge ship. That is... That I don't know what room that is. I think that might be the observation deck or artillery control, possibly. But yeah, this is huge. I think those are our medium Gradion beams. That is the heavy... No, those are... Oh, those are the dual super artillery, I think. Yep. These are our super artillery. Gradion beams are on the bottom. Yeah, let me show you around the inside of this ship because you are going to be seriously impressed. This is the bridge. Yes, we have multi-floor bridges now. We have ship command up here, 2 artillery seats, sensors and FTL. There are more artillery seats in that room that we just looked at. And then bridge floor 2, we have 3 more artillery seats and a sort of relaxation room type thing. I don't really know. Yeah, like 9 floors, come on. I'm not going to turbo lift all of them just so you can see the whole interior and see how maze-like it is, but let's head down to the main deck. And here is the observation deck. And again, that giant bright cloud out there. Meeting room. This is a really bare meeting room. I hope this could be a bit more furnished in future, but yeah, you know, it's still cool. And then down here, I believe this is the captain's quarters, so pretty much the same as the other ones. And this is the crew quarters. This is the first ship I've seen where they like sort of group captain's quarters and crew quarters together, so that's pretty cool. turbo lift. This is med bay, which is something I have never seen on a ship in Starbasis before. We have a med bay. Again, it would be really nice if there was some sort of functionality to this later on. I think that could be pretty cool. And then here is the actual mess hall. And again, we have windows. Not that good a view because the heavy super artillery are blocking it, but now we have the stairs. Yeah. Lots of stairs. So I did do a test with this. I put a Hercules in the hangar, and then I went up to the bridge, initiated self-destruct on a 2.5 minute timer, and I couldn't get down to the hangar in time without using turbo lifts. So yeah, that's like, it's a huge ship. This is the hangar. This is absolutely huge for a hangar. It can definitely fit a beluga. Sorry, not a beluga. It can't fit a beluga because the beluga's bigger than the whole ship. It can fit a barracuda though. This might also be able to fit a captain's yacht. I'm not entirely sure. So yeah, we can head down here, and this sends us to the bottom level. So all the hangars here can definitely fit the Hercules landing craft. I want to see if this will fit the... where's it gone? Logistics, captain's yacht. Oh, you know what? Yes, it does. And it's actually fully inside. I mean, that is incredible. I love the captain's yacht. I mean, it's a huge hangar, you know. It's kind of insane, and I love, like, just the detail, like the crane and stuff. But there is more. Down on the other side here, we have a whole nother bit of the ship, which is engineering. Really cool engine room, love this. And then we go up again, a whole other flight of stairs. And we get to this, which is the transporter room. Not the best place for a transporter room, to be honest, right at the end of the ship. And then we have another sort of rest room at the back here. I believe there are maybe 1 or 2 rooms that we can't access. Yeah, so basically the other 2 that you haven't seen, you have seen the observation deck. No, you haven't. This is a different observation deck. So there's an observation deck up here, which is on top of the bridge. Wait, so where's the... Is it the bow deck? That's... I don't know what that empty room is then. And then this is artillery control, so we have another 2 artillery seats, so that's a total of 7, I believe. Even though I think there's only like 6 weapons. How many weapons are there? I need to check. But yeah, that's the Colorado, and it's pretty insane. Yeah, oh no, there's 7 weapons, so the whole thing can be manned. That's good. I'm not going to do a combat test with this just because obviously all of its weapons will just immediately shred and auto scout, and there are no other ships in the system. Now, because they are basically the same thing, I'm going to do the carrier next. I'm going to, if I can find it, St. Regan, here we go. So this ship is essentially the same thing, just with a couple of different weapons. It's got less weapons overall, and it's got 3 hangars. This one has no quick boost, but it is an absolute tank. 35,000 hull health, 10,500 shield. And the hangars on this are really big as well. Scary capability, like, especially because you can dock 3 ships on here. I know in public servers that wouldn't work because you can only have 2 spawn at a time. But yeah, this is the St. Regan class carrier, and the interior is pretty much the same. I'm just gonna come down here and show you like the rough layout. I won't go massively through each room. So yeah, you've got the same rooms here, meeting room, observation-ish room, I don't really know what that's for. And then captain's quarters, crew quarters, turbo lift. So it is basically the same interior, med bay, mess hall. And then down here, this is where it gets different. So if we head up this way, I believe we get to one of the outside hangars. So this takes us to the landing pad, and then we can access the runway from here as well. The runway can comfortably fit either of the frigates in this pack. There is a control for the runway up in here. And then the other hangar is right underneath this. We will go down there in a second. Just bear in mind, this is the observation deck. You can't see out through the window, so I'll just show you where that is now, just so I don't have to be confusing you later. And then we go down here. That's where we just came from. You see, I'm already getting confused, and it's the same endless stairs situation as the Colorado. Yeah, it does. I think there may even be more stairs on this one than on the Colorado, to be honest. And then we get down to the hangar, which again is pretty much the same. And across at the bottom here, we do have custom floor sounds, which is nice. Pretty much the same hangar. And then up these stairs, we have a slightly bigger engine room, I think, which is really nice as well. And then the same stairs again here. If we go up top, and then I reckon we'll probably, yeah, we've got the same-ish room at the back here, and then the transporter room, which still only has 2 transporters. And what we haven't seen, so yeah, this has 11 floors. We have the observation deck, which is again on top of the bridge. That is the control tower, and I believe there is a control for the runway in here as well. Yep, so this controls the runway out there. I will show you the one in the bridge as well. It's just over here. And now I will show you the main difference, which is the drone. This is a super cool custom drone. Here she is, right there on the other side. And let's see if we can find us an auto scout. And this is our tactical escort drone. It has super long range on its weapons, and it does actually have ASRAAMs as well. So, and are those cruise missiles? This thing has cruise missiles. I mean, that is... This is so... Like, the weapons on this might even be better than the weapons on the main ship. But yeah, it's a really cool drone. Honestly, I think it might be better than the XM8 Typhoons from the Beluga Super Dreadnought. But yeah, cool drone. That's pretty much it for this ship. Okay, we're not actually in ship command right now. So let me just self-destruct this, because now we do have one more ship, and this is completely different. It is the widest ship, according to the description, not the biggest one in this pack. But it is an absolute beast. The Manhattan class Super Juggernaut. This ship has 40,000 hull health and 12,000 shield strength. Again, no quick boost, and its max speed is 45. That is how insanely overpowered this ship is. It has to have 45 speed. So, let me set up our colours. You can see weapons here. We've got 33 main batteries. 72 bolt lasers, 56 dual-purpose guns, 2 heavy gradient beams, and those broadside gradients again. And this is the Manhattan. A bit of a weird hangar, to be honest. Like, it's really difficult to get ships in and out of there. But, I mean, come on. This is huge, and the model is pretty awesome as well. Yeah, again, I'm not going to do a combat test on this today. I'm just going to go down to the bridge, which is... I don't know what this room is. That's a meeting room. Okay. This is a slightly different bridge, kind of more similar to the Lexington. We've got 2 artillery seats, FTL sensors. I believe this side, is this the stairs that go up? Yes. Okay, we'll go up first then. This is the meeting room. So, pretty cool, your standard, what's on all of the ships. And then on the other side, we have stairs going down into the main ship. And here, we have mess hall. It's a bit bigger than the other ones. And transporter room. This one has 3 transporters instead of 2, as most of the other ships do. That, I don't remember where that leads. This is the captain's quarters, and it's got one of those little offices in front, so similar to something like the luxury yacht or something. And this is the crew offices and quarters, so it's a similar thing there. That is just a turbo lift, so now we can go downstairs. I think there are slightly less stairs on this one than the Colorado, hopefully. Yep. And then we have 2 sets of stairs going down here, but we're going to go down these middle ones first. And this leads down to engineering. This is a beautiful engine room. Love it. We've got a giant fan in the middle there, all these engines, the big rotating things on top. Like, you know me, guys. Anyone who's watched my computer core Apollo videos, you know I'm a huge fan of like reactor core games in Roblox and stuff, and I think this would make for a really cool reactor core game personally. I know that's not what it is, and I'm not suggesting that they turn it into one, but like if they decided to make one, I would definitely play it because, you know, they got good models. Now I'll go down here. These both lead into the hangar, which is, yeah, as I said, a little weird, in that those are the only exits, and I don't know, it's just confusing. And then our turbo lifts here, we can go down to the hangar floor. And again, we've got the custom floor sounds, which is quite nice. And then up there is just the exit to the hangar. And I believe the one room we haven't seen yet is artillery control, which is again sort of up top here. It's behind the bridge, and here we have 2 more artillery seats. And that's pretty much it. So this is an incredible ship pack, as I've said. I will do some public server damage tests on these soon, just so you guys can get a proper idea of their combat capability. I am sorry that I wasn't able to do that today on the private server. I'm not really sure what's going on with the AI spawning and whether or not it's something to do with that giant nebula behind me. But yeah, that is the Warship Soldiers pack. I believe this is now my favourite Game Pass pack that I own. I think it's so awesome. And I think if only the NASA Punk interiors were something like this, then maybe it would have a chance of standing against it. Honestly, I suggest, guys, seriously, whoever did the interiors for, like, the Colorado and stuff, get them on the NASA Punk ships, because that will make it so incredibly awesome. I would love a refit of the NASA Punk ships now that I've seen this. But yeah, I can see myself using all of these ships a lot. They have good combat capability, really sturdy health, and incredible interiors, so they'd be good for like role plays and stuff as well. But yeah, that's all there is to this video today. I would highly recommend buying this pack. But yeah, thank you all for watching. See you guys next time. Sorry it's late again.